What's going on, everybody? This is Kings and Dreams filling in for my uncle TMD today. Good conversation that we're going to have tonight. Is game needed overseas? You know, a lot of us travel different places around the world, and what's been happening now, we have dating coaches and also passport brothers. You know, there's been some discussions that, have been going on. And so, one of the questions that I really wanted to have a conversation, and I got a couple of brothers here who also travel, want to talk to them, and I want to talk to you guys in the chat as well. Is game needed overseas? And to get the conversation started, just want to bring up my brother Richie Rich. Roll the tape. What's going on, man?
What's going on, my brother?
And my brother, Let's Learn Spanish TV. Gentlemen, how are we doing? How are we doing?
I'm doing great. Good evening, fellas. Good evening.
Absolutely. So before we get started, I'll start with you, Let's Learn Spanish TV. What is game to you? What does that mean?
All right. So when you say game is a person who can say lines and words that seem to mesmerize any person they're trying to attract and get them to bend to their will or to their way to get them to do what they want. That's what I would say game is.
Okay.
When they say, "Do you have game?"
Right. Okay. And Richie Rich, roll the tape. Well, what say you?
I want to kind of piggyback off of that. Yeah, man. It's game. It can mean like manipulation. It can mean like just being witty with your words. You can use pickup lines. You can be trying to play a female. I mean, there's a variety of things as far as game. You know what I'm saying? Just depends on what's your mission.
Right.
Just trying to sleep with women. You might run your game like you want them. You know, it's just a variety of things, man.
Okay. Well, so for my definition, and for my definition is really just being able to court a woman or a woman courting a man, being able to have that conversation with the opposite sex and really just being able to converse, get along, and not be awkward, and being able to keep them engaged, keep the engagement up. So that's what game means to me. And so I think that there is a bit of a misconception because I believe that pickup artists would say, "Oh, we got to use game," and then I think that's where not necessarily saying you guys, but guys who have the mindset that you have, that you both have, that pickup lines is supposed to be about that. But I would say with dating coaches are talking about being able to not be socially awkward and being able to actually interact with a woman or a woman interact with the man and not make things look weird or cringy, so to speak, right? And so I think that is where there is a disconnect. And so let me just jump into the comments really quickly here. Shout out to Felicia Jordan. Felicia Jordan is a moderator on my channel. Definitely make sure that you guys check out my channel, Kings and Dreams, on YouTube and on Instagram. Let's see. Monkey Boy, game is 100% needed in any country, especially Dominican Republic. Don't get it twisted. Okay. All right. I agree with that. Xavier. All right, Felicia. Okay. Stay hungry. No. Okay, so expound on that. Stay hungry. Todd Mack. I consider game common sense. So I would say yes. Common sense is needed anywhere you are on Earth. That I agree with. Uh what's up? What's up? Yeah, man. I'm just filling in for Uncle Russ right now. What's up, Marie? I see you. Todd Mack. I think too many people I think too many people conflate playing games with game. Yes, absolutely, and I think that is the misconception because so what both of you guys said, I think that's more or less of a line of like pickup artists as opposed to where we have um, dating coaches that are actually talking about guys and women being able to actually have that communication in that in that conversation. Interestingly enough, like you'd be surprised at how many men and women they don't know how to really interact with each other, especially now in this social media age, because you have the computer screen or your phone to kind of hide behind. Like back in the days, like you had to talk to someone face to face. I'm sorry, I heard an echo. Was that on my side?
No, that was me, but go ahead.
Oh, okay, sorry about that. But yeah, so what I was saying was that nowadays all you have to do is just send a DM on Instagram, send a message on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, all those other things, right? And so back in the day, you actually had to talk to that person. So so all right. Now both of you brothers have traveled, right? And so I'll ask you this question, roll the tape. Now, the places that you've traveled to, would you say that would you say that it is is it easy for you to interact with women? And if so, why would you, and why?
Yeah, absolutely, man. But my Spanish is not that great. I'm gonna put that out there. But but just with my experience, yeah, it's a lot easier. You get more cooperation with women overseas. They don't judge you based on your looks or your attire. Or you don't have to have on like gold chains and this and that, and you don't have to have the most gang. So
Mhm.
I would say it's a lot easier overseas, and a lot of people, dating coaches, different people, they try to get us to. They try to take. They try to get us to say, hey, like you guys are going overseas because you don't have no game, this and that. But it's like it's to your advantage if you're somewhere where you don't need as much game. So why not take advantage of the situation? You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Right. And so I just want to get to this comment really quickly, and then let's learn Spanish. I want to ask you the same question. I'm gonna go back up to the previous comments, but that one just caught my attention here, brother. Tough love. If you didn't have game in the United States, you won't have game anywhere else. Yeah, I completely agree with that because the thing is, like, even though I would say that women are more approachable outside of the United States, if you like if your game or your conversational skills are sharp in the United States, it's going to be relatively easier outside of the United States. I completely agree with you. And let's learn Spanish. So, well, what say you about that?
I say, as according to my definition of game,
Mhm.
no, you don't have to have a game, but you do have to have charisma. You do
Mm.
have to be able to hold a conversation and keep someone interested. Now, if someone defines that as game, then it's game. But as far as, you got to be crafty with pickup lines when you're overseas, they ain't looking for that. It's
Right.
more or less of a simplistic flow, a simplistic society. So, hey, you look nice. You look very attractive. What's your name? It's simple as that. Either they're going to tell you the information you want to know, or they're going to be like, yo, look at you and say, hey, keep it moving. I'm sorry. I'm comprometida or something like that. But there ain't going to be a bunch of back and forth mind chess and haggling like you price debating or what do you call it? Or like you see something in a market and you got to haggle the price. It don't work like that overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's very true. That's very true. Um, so now I saw a couple of comments, and some people are saying that it's just common sense. I think it may be a little bit more than common sense because, as I mentioned earlier, the average person may not necessarily know how to interact, especially nowadays, because we have so many things that are preventing us, that do prevent us from interacting face to face. Because the thing is, people can say what they want on the phone, they can say whatever they want in a text message, but when you get face to face, it's like now that interaction seems awkward now.
See, fortunately for me, when I came into quote unquote the dating field or dating game,
Mhm.
it wasn't all about, oh, what's your social media? Send you a DM on Instagram or whatever, whatever. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? There was no social media platform for me to have to just send a mass message to somebody or like their pictures. It was, I got to be boots on the ground. I got to see you, and I got to go for what I know.
Hmm.
And I gotta be smooth. I gotta be, you know what I'm saying, say some lines that's attractive. But nowadays, most people or what they're going to quote or what they're going to say is don't have game because of the social media presence. Most people don't even, hey, you look nice, blah, blah, blah. Let me have your number. I want to see you again. It's like, oh, what's your Instagram? Hey, what's your Instagram? Then they
Right.
follow you. I'm not a follower, so I don't do that.
Mm. No, I completely agree with that. And the thing about it is that for with me, I would say I guess I'm a bit of a hybrid because I'm 37. I'll be 38 in February. And growing up, like I have been throwing events since I was 14 years old. And so like back then we had AOL Instant Messenger and Yahoo Messenger, but I wouldn't like it would be awkward if you went up to a woman and said, "Hey, what's your Yahoo Messenger or what's your AOL Instant Messenger?" Like it's not as it's not as accepted now when you ask someone, "Hey, what's your Twitter or what's your Instagram?" Now it's normal conversation, as you mentioned. So if a man was a guy was courting a girl, man courting a woman, you had to ask that person for their phone number.
Right.
Yeah, so it wasn't, and the thing about it is that you couldn't just walk up to a person and just say, "Hey, what's your phone number?" No, you have to engage in some sort of conversation. And so I would say that I guess game, if you will, still is needed because I think it's a little bit more than common sense. And yes, obviously common sense. You want to make sure that you're pleasant and things of that sort, but also a lot of guys. Some of them. I don't want to say a lot, but there's a decent amount portion of men that don't really know how to read the room or read the body language of a woman that may not necessarily be interested. So this is why I do say that dating coaches are necessary, and I think the back and forth between the tribal bros and the tribal bros and the dating coaches, I think both are necessary. I have a passport. You guys know I travel. So and I and I do believe that I have game, or I'm able to converse with a woman. It's very easy for me to converse with a woman. As I mentioned, I've been throwing events since I was 14 years old, so that's over half my life. And so if I'm throwing events and things like that, what's gonna bring the guys to the party? Having the girls there. So I gotta make sure that the girls are there. And I gotta be able to converse with the women. Or you know what I mean? Um
Right. Let me
which yeah, so go ahead, roll the tape.
let me chime in on that social media thing. Like, I feel like if you approach a female and you have a conversation with her, and you trying to get a date with her, or you trying to take it a little further, and you ask her for a telephone number or whatever, and she says, "Oh, I can give you my Instagram." I feel like that's a red flag, and that's one of two things: either she's not really interested in you, and she's kind of trying to throw you off, or she's second guessing you. So most of the time, if a female do me like that, I'll just be like, I'm good. I'm all right. I'll see you again. Maybe, we can exchange numbers then or whatever. I just throw them off. I don't really go for all that Instagram. You got a telephone. Why I need to go to an app? You know what I'm saying? Like, either you want to accept me for who I am or you're not. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if you see a female in the club and she's giving you that look like, hey, come talk to me. And you don't talk to her, and then later on at night you try to approach her. I'm sure you fellas been in that situation. You like, damn, I should have hollered at her earlier. Let me try to holler at her. And now she's like, nah, I'm good. Like, I got a man. So I take that same approach. If you want to throw me your Instagram, you want to throw me your Facebook or whatever, then I'll just be like, all right, I'm good. I'm good. Because I want a female that's going to like me for me. I don't have a run game. Just be yourself. When you meet these females, whether you're in the States or abroad, be yourself, man. Of course, we got to try to improve ourselves. Like, maybe you can get your hair cut and work out and just improve yourself as a person. But at the same time, you want to meet a female that's going to accept you for who you are. And that's why a lot of brothers are going abroad, because they're getting a lot of kickback from the females in the state. And the females, they look at it as a negative thing. It's not a negative thing. It's just this guy's, you know that term, getting in where you fitting in. So that's all brothers are doing. They getting in where they fitting in. They tired of what's going on here in America. It's a lot of games. You meet a female, you have a good conversation with them. And like the brother Austin said, they ghost you. Like, you call them, they don't never pick up. They probably got a dude, most likely. Or they probably be guessing like, oh, I shouldn't have gave him my number. So it's a lot of games on the female side too.
So, absolutely. There was an article that had come out on. It was on a New York Post. I want to say back early this summer, and like they were talking to these random women, and these women were talking about how they would go on dating apps and go on dates with guys so that they can get food for the week. So just to finesse a guy.
Yeah. That's real.
So they would go on the Tinders, the Bumbles, the any other app that you could think of, a Christian Mingle, all that stuff. They would go on all of these, all these different apps, go out on a date with a guy, go to a restaurant, and basically ghost a guy. But it's because they needed food for the week. So I get you when you say that, there is complications here, and I don't want to just say that it's just the ladies too, because some of the brothers over here, we play games too. So I definitely want to point that out there. Let me just jump back into some of these comments here. Habla Comingo TV, man. Yes, Profe Don Omar. Definitely make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. Saludos y buenas noches, hermanos. Peace to the chat. Let's Learn Spanish TV. Did I read that right? Because I know you're the professor.
Sí. Muy bien.
Brazil, believe the hype. Okay. Rich, I just visited those stairs in Rio today. Oh, he's talking about the stairs right behind you. Yeah, man. Shout out to you, brother.
I'm there right now. You see me?
Nice. All right. So JM says, thank you. JM, we got the same initials, by the way. But when you say game, you mean learning the local language? How would you use game in a country like Thailand, where learning the language would be too difficult, bro? Oh man, you know what? That's a great question.
Let me answer that one.
Yeah. I was gonna say, let me ask you that, because you were just in Thailand recently.
Right. A lot of the girls in Thailand speak English, man. I'll say about, if I had to guess, at least 30%, 20%. They gonna speak a little bit. Some of them gonna speak it real good. So, I mean, like with me, I mean, I'm not a game runner though, but I mean, I'm just me. So a lot of females gravitate to who I am. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying like, I'm super fly or nothing like that, even though, I dressed up tonight, but I'm just saying a lot you can run your game. They speak English. So, you don't really gotta learn all that Thai stuff. And I agree with you. It's really difficult to learn their language, and it's impossible damn near to learn how to text their language. Like, I mean, forget about it,
Right. So let me just ask you another question, because you said about 25 to 30% no English. And so for some people who have not excuse me, for some people who have not been to Thailand, they may think that is, that's not like a lot of people. So what is, I don't know if you know it offhand, but what's, like, if you had to guesstimate, what would be like the population in Thailand? Because I know it's a lot of people. So 30% is a lot.
Oh, as far as the population of Bangkok or Pattaya?
Yeah. Like, because you said 30%, so I just want to expound on that, just in case the people say 30% is a low amount. Because
I'll be honest, I don't really know the population.
Okay, but
if I'm saying 30%, that's like every 10 women you meet, 3 or 4 of them gonna know English, or they're gonna know enough to talk to you.
Okay, got it.
You could communicate, you know what I'm saying? Most definitely, but
got it.
I mean, I didn't have a problem with using English out there, man. English is a dominant language.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially on that side of the world. A lot of those countries, they speak English. Like Philippines, they say a lot of people know English over there. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But
yeah. In the Philippines, I believe outside of their native, English is like the second language. So a strong percentage of them speak English. I haven't been to Southeast Asia yet. I'm going in April for Songkran, that water festival. So I'll be out there in the Philippines and Thailand as well, and then I'm gonna try to see if I can get to Cambodia. All right, so let's learn Spanish TV. So I want to ask you this question as well, because when they say for JM's question, now, you being a person that is bilingual, because you speak English and fluent Spanish, would you say that knowing both has helped you being able to communicate with women?
Oh yes, definitely. Knowing both languages is a tremendous step ahead of the competition. It's a tremendous foot in the door. It's like you kicking open the door, boom, I'm here, if you know the language and you can flow with it fluently, because then they can better communicate with you. You can understanding the culture as well. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Okay. Hey, let me give a testimony on that, man. I was in a bar one time in the DR, man, and I was sitting at the bar, like, trying to get a drink. I'm like, hey, hola, give me a drink. And this motherfucker walks up to the bar, kicking that Spanish, and he got his drink right away, dude. I felt like a jerk. I was like, man, God, damn. Man, that shit made me mad as hell, man. I'm like, so, yeah, man, knowing the language, man, that is the game changer.
Yep. Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely, man. Brother Tough Love, if you did have game, in the US, I think that's for another one. James Jones, WTHU, does that mean like what's up?
WTU.
WhatsApp group. But hey, y'all, question answer, man. Y'all go ahead, throw a super chat in there, man. Shout out to Taylor May.
Yeah, man, definitely. Hey, man, definitely put on some super chats for the Unk, man. TMD, brother Tough Love. If you didn't have game in the United States, you didn't have game anywhere else. Hold on. I think I might have I went over this. Okay, stay strong. But you don't need game overseas, you just need common sense. If you know how to communicate with people, you don't need game. But the thing about it is that we as people who know how to communicate may take that a little bit for granted because there's some people who don't know how to communicate. Like there's some people who don't know how to communicate with their friends. Like you'd be surprised at how many beautiful socially awkward women there are out there. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, that's true.
Javier Davis, hello all. What's going on, brother? Time to give Colombia a break. Okay. Chapapa out here. All right. The hangout. Game is needed everywhere. It's a skill just like any other skill. Like Spanish is a skill. Can you travel without knowing another language? Yes. But did your experience hold on. Wait, but if you did, your experiences would be much better. Yeah, I would say that I'm not like 100% fluent in Spanish, but when I'm when I went to the DR, when I go to Colombia, so I'm in Colombia like 6 to 8 times a year. Uh, definitely it has helped my experience, and I'm actually able to say some funny stuff in Spanish, like make a joke like with like if I'm like at a small store or something like that, just being able to kind of communicate with some of the local people. I'm nowhere near as Let's Learn Spanish TV or Profe Don Omar, but I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there.
It's a
But
process. It's a process.
yes, absolutely. Let's see here. Life in Haiti with Marie. I disagree with if you didn't have it in the U.S. You won't. Women overseas are not looking for those types of guys. We're more into kindness, a provider, and a protector. What a man should do.
Yes,
Okay, so
agree.
She brought up a great point. And these guys keep saying, "Yo, you need a little game. You need it." These women are more traditional. They're not looking for, cool ass Ricky Rich. You know what I'm saying? They're not looking for such and such. They just want a normal guy that's going to take care of the family, help them out, provide for them, protect them, et cetera, et cetera. That's what they're looking for. You don't have to be the most charmingest guy in the world over there, man. And I give another testimony. I was in Colombia I guess it was about 4 or 5 years ago. And I met up with a subscriber. And man, when I tell you this dude was one of the swearest mother effers I ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But this joker approached dime piece out there, and he knew that Spanish, got that number, man. I was like, whoa. I said, he not the best looking brother. I mean, I don't judge brother, but I'm just saying he wasn't the best dressed looking brother. He just had on some regular stuff, and he kicked that Spanish, man, and that lady was receptive to him, gave him the number, and he called her, talked to her. Eventually, he started dealing with her a little bit, but he did find out she was a little crazy, but at least he got the home plate, and he didn't have no game. Trust me, he didn't.
but I would tend to kind of disagree with that because he was confident enough to approach that beautiful woman. Like,
right.
So when I say, okay, at least for me, right? So when I say game, like it's all about the package. And so, kind of going into what Maria is saying, like kindness, provider, protector, I agree with that. But also, provider and protector, you have to have some sort of confidence about you in order to be, in order to know in your mind that you're going to be a protector. So when I say game, I don't want people to look at it as opposed to like like you're trying to finesse or swindle or anything like that. What I'm saying is that like all of your package, how you present yourself, how you mentioned like the brother wasn't the best looking, he probably wasn't the sharpest dresser, but he had confident enough because he knew how to speak the language. He probably knew how to flirt in that language or whatever it was, but it, ended up meeting a beautiful woman, getting her number, her being crazy afterwards, whatever. But I just want to talk about in that particular moment, he was confident enough in order to approach her. So I would say that,
and he was comfortable approaching her. But as far as being a guy with game, because in my opinion, if you say you got game, that means you can get like the best looking women at any time, or that does come with confidence. But at the same time, this dude was awkward, man. I mean, okay. I know he was awkward. Just having conversations with him, man. It's just
Gotcha. I gotcha. Understood.
But my point was, these women over here, they just looking for a good guy. That's my point. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good to have game. That's gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna help you along the way. But everybody not gonna have game. You understand? Because you can have a real swear dude and he approaches females, you know what I'm saying, all day. You can have a swear dude and he might get lucky, but that don't mean he's still not a swear dude. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
He's probably not gonna figure out what this woman likes or what to talk about to a lady, but he's gonna approach some women. He's got the confidence to do it, but he doesn't have game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can do good in these countries because these women are not necessarily expecting you to be the most charming guy like myself, Look at the man, look at serious over there, brother.
I'm just taking it. I'm observing it.
But I mean, what do you think about that? What do you think?
I agree with what you said. I've been living out of the States for at least 3 years now, outside the States. I mean, I came back to visit family, but I agree. From my experience in the life I've been living, I agree. Outside the States, you don't have to have the same type of lingo and the same type of charisma and the same type of I just block S talker basically is what what we say, a S talker, fire walker, S talker. Don't even all that other BS that people be hollering and screaming. You don't even need to apply when you're living outside of the States in other societies because they don't operate on that type of mentality.
Okay,
but you do have to have some type of wits about you. You can't just be a socially awkward, creepy type of person.
Right.
You got to be able to at least have some type of conversation to keep her engaged.
Right.
Since you live abroad, let me ask you this, man. Have you ever met a female and she was like, I don't like you because you seem boring or you don't keep. Or have you ever met a guy that says, hey, this lady told me this in Colombia and I wasn't cool enough for her? Have you ever heard that? Because that's common in the States now.
No, I haven't never heard that, no.
Okay. All right.
No, because like I said, they're more simplistic. They keep things on a different type of level. It's not, you gotta have this expectation. You gotta be Prince Charming. You had to be in the high school prom king. You had to be the captain of your football team. I mean, you can't be a low life bum. That's obvious. You can't be a creep.
Right. You got a wannabe dating coach in the chat, man. Look at the last comment.
Well, before we put the wannabe dating coach in the chat,
I know. I'll get to that. Yeah. I'll get to that. So sorry about that. I'm sorry. Finish up. Let's learn Spanish.
No, I was going to say when you brought up the subject about dating coaches, I was going to say this. You got to understand, dating coach job is to get by his products. If you have a passport and you're going overseas and you're having success and you like the outcome when you visit overseas, you're not going to have a need to buy that dating coach's product. So keep that in mind. It's all about sales.
For sure.
All right. Let's see here. Monkey Boy. Game is mostly about not killing the attraction from a girl who is already attracted to you and getting what you want from the situation. It's less about persuading a girl to be attracted to you. Yeah. So, I agree with that. It's basically don't be a buzzkill. Don't kill the moment. As both of these brothers have mentioned, like don't be socially awkward. Don't be creepy. Don't make things like cringeworthy. You know what I mean? Being able to have a sensible conversation and keep the conversation flowing, and just don't say anything that may be off-putting. And so it may come easy to a good portion of us. I know that it's come easy for me because, again, like when I was, I've been throwing events since I was 14 years old. So I had to talk to women to get them to come to my events. So all of like those awkward moments or stupid things that I would say, like I've already done that, and I've learned from that. So I've learned through trial and error. Now I will say that overseas, it's definitely, it's like the women are the women are definitely more approachable. You don't have to be like a prom king or a captain of the basketball team or football team or this world-class athlete or whatever. You can be a normal guy, just have confidence about yourself, being able to speak confidently, and you'll be fine. Brandon Chapman says, okay, I feel that. Motivational movement, shout out to you, brother. Or she is testing you. F and Instagram. I believe that as well. Because, yeah, like if a woman is just willing to, and just kind of going back to what you said, roll the tape, if a woman is just giving you her Instagram, that like that like that's a red flag. Like she's not really feeling you like that. It's basically, she's basically kind of giving you that because she probably just wants you to get out of her face, or she's looking for followers or whatever the case is. She's looking for followers. You add her on Instagram, you send her a message and say, hey, this is Johnny. I met you at such and such. She probably hasn't read it because there's so many people in her DMs, right? And I said this the other day, I think it was last week. And like now with social media, there's so much access to people. There was a female that she and we were dating some years back, casually dating, nothing serious. And so like she would, she and I keep in touch. And so like I posted a picture of my son. So she liked the picture. Liked a couple of my pictures and stuff like that. So I just happened to check on her Instagram, and so there was a picture of her like in a in a bikini. She's a beautiful girl. And guess who liked it? The rapper Rick Ross liked her picture, and I was like, see, like the reach now is crazy. The reach is crazy. Seriously. Like, could you had imagine like if you like, back in like the 90s, early 2000s, and Instagram was out like early, like late 90s or whatever back then, and then like Denzel Washington happened to like your girl picture, it's over. It is over. That's it. I agree, bro.
For the most part, man, but females will still deal with a bum dude and have a rapper as the main dude. I mean, they still will, man. Females don't like who they like. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, I mean, you can have no game if you 6'4" and you fit the script that they want. They gonna mess with you.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, right? Like they'll mess with you for a little while, but are you able to maintain that relationship? Because you'll have the initial attractive, like a lot of guys say women like the 6'6", which is 6 figures, 6 foot, and six, I'm not gonna go there, but you guys know where I'm getting. And so the thing about it is that initially, yeah, you can get it because you have the height, you have the financial capital, and you got whatever, right? But the thing is that are you going to be able to keep her attraction if you're not able to actually communicate with her? If you're not able to communicate with her, like yeah, you'll be able to have fun for a little while, but that's it, a little while. She's gonna get tired of
I
you.
don't know, man. I don't know, man. I'm here in Atlanta, man.
Really?
These Instagram girls with 1 million followers and this and that, they be having a little dope boy that sell nickel sacks on the block.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they stay down with them cats through thick and thin. So women don't like who they like. You know what I'm saying? They got women that's bailing guys out of jail, spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on Pookie and Ray Ray, man. Like, if they really in love with that dude could be in jail for 2 or 3 years. That woman to stay down with him. So it just depends on the woman too, man. I'm telling you.
Okay.
For real, you know.
I got you. Let's see here. Stay strong. Shout out to you. I see women in the States looking for a lot of extra. Pay this, buy this, diamonds, etc. While women overseas only need the basic, the basics. Be a protector, provider, and a leader. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but don't get me wrong. There, depending on where, because there are some women overseas that will try to finesse you. One of the things that I've talked to my brother Dre, and he said this online, but we've talked about this offline, and we would always say like, man, you don't realize how much power you have when you actually tell a beautiful woman no. When you say no to that beautiful woman, she is shocked. And when you say it and you mean it and you stick to it, I'm telling you, man, you may think like she mad or whatever and she not rocking with you. Man, let me tell you, man. Wait for a few hours later.
Hey, man, I just did that to a chick tonight, man. one of my exes, man, she called me. She just got out of a relationship with a dude. She hit me up. Like, yo, can I come spend the night with you tonight? I'm like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, you ain't about to use me for no rebound. Even though I want to tap it and all that, sometimes you got to give them that same medicine. You got to give them that same medicine because, we was, like I said, I've been knowing her like the past 9 years and, 8 years. And, whenever we wasn't really like, in a real type of relationship, we just kind of messing around, but it's like every time she get into a relationship, it's like she cut me off, and I can tell when she get out of one because she'll hit me up, yo, I want to come through, I want to spend the night, you want to rebound and shit. Nah.
That's the what do they call it now?
I tapped her about a month ago when she got out of this relationship.
Yeah, you the sneaky link.
I tapped her and I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start dissing her ass just cause, and let her feel that treatment. So I kind of like knocked her down one night. She spent the night, and now I'm just giving her the cold shoulder, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to do that, man, just to let them know,
exactly.
Like, shit,
Absolutely, man.
You come, you feel me?
Absolutely, man. So Ala Camingo TV, he says overseas basics are pollo, arroz, habichuelas. I said that right?
No, habichuelas.
Habichuelas, yes. Habichuelas, cervezas, rum, etc. So chicken, rice, beans, beer, and rum. Etc.
Man. She just texted me just now.
She probably watching the live. She probably watching the live. Like, oh, you trying to play me?
Y'all think I'll be playing? I'll be playing. I ain't trying to.
No, I'm saying
she's
trying to impress
nobody.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show y'all this text message. Let me try to make sure I edit it up.
He said,
I don't know that
back in
information.
my day, the 900 number chat lines were popping too. Yeah, we were just I was talking about that on one of the lives that I had the other day about the 900 numbers. Let's see. Khalil Dari. Oh man, let's see what he said, because I know he probably talking his ish in the chat. 85% of the dudes that travel. Hold on.
Check it out, man. I can read it out. I'm gonna let y'all look at it. Let me see. She called me, so I texted her. I said, "What's up? I'm in Publix ordering a sub." She said, "Do you have company over tonight? Can I stay at your place?" I said, "Not tonight. I have something I'm doing. Sorry. No worries. Thanks anyway. How are you and the family? Everyone good. How about yours?" "They're great. Thanks for asking." I finally ended the verbal, emotional, basic relationship, which
Oh boy.
physical.
Oh boy.
And she just texted me and said, "Yeah, me too. He just punched me in the left breast. That shit hurts now."
Oh God.
This is the night, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got a cap. I still dating the States. And I tell dudes this, and a lot of traveling guys,
You better go. You better not let Dre. You better not let Dre or TMD hear you. You got to get on monk mode.
Nah, man. Look, I don't gotta fall in line, man. I create my own path. I do my own thing. You know what I'm saying? I respect everybody's opinion. I respect what everybody doing. I don't knock nobody going to dating coaches. I don't knock nobody that don't have no game. You know what I'm saying? I just tell brothers, get in where you fit in, try to improve yourself, do what you gotta do. I still dating the state. You know what I'm saying? I still can pull up on a chick and get some free box. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. You know what I mean? And these guys coming out here talking about, y'all ain't got no game, y'all swears, you know, y'all got to go overseas. Man, we go overseas because we can afford to go overseas. We go overseas because we want to exercise our options. You got rappers and stuff like that now going overseas. They millionaires. They got great game. They got groupies here. Why are they going overseas dating women? Why are they using their passport? Because they tired of the bullshit. It's that simple. So if you can go overseas and go from this level to that level instantly by jumping on the plane, and then they want to say, "Oh, they just doing that because you're American." And, well, use it to your advantage. You know, why not use it to your advantage?
Absolutely.
Didn't Tom Brady take the air out the football and won 6 Super Bowls? He used it to his advantage. Use it to your advantage. Use that passport. Go overseas. Do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
No,
have
absolutely.
Fun. You got one life to live, man. You cannot live for other people. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You cannot live for these other Negroes that's worrying about where you putting your penis at. You understand what I'm saying?
No,
live your life, man. If you a guy, you got no game. If you need to go to a dating coach, go to him. I ain't got no problem with that. Like you said, it's somebody out there that needs help.
Right.
You said something earlier that I always say. You learn from your experiences, man. If you got no game, you're bad with women. Keep your batting average high, man. You know.
Right.
Just, you know, I used to back in the days, I used to holler at like 5 or 10 women a day. And I said, all right, I'm gonna get me 3 to 4 solid numbers today. Make sure I holler at 10 girls. So if you a dude out there, you still dating in the States or you dating abroad, then sometimes you have to give yourself like a little goal. Like, hey, I'm gonna holler at 10 chicks today. I know only one of them gonna give me a number. And then you work with that one. The next day you try to get 5 or 10 more numbers. And then eventually you'll find you something. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
Keep your batting average high. Keep doing your thing. Stop worrying about Negroes that's worrying about you. You know, the penis police is always on his job. You know what I'm saying? They all up in our chat. They keep our names in their mouths in the dating coaches YouTube channels. They keep their name. They keep an Austin name in their mouth now. They putting his face all over. Why they doing it? Because they know the movement is strong right now, stronger than ever.
Right.
Stronger than ever right now. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. All right, we've been here for almost an hour, and y'all not gonna give Unc not one super chat. Y'all ain't give him not one super chat. Come on, man. One
Hey,
super chat. Hold it
hey,
down
homie,
for
to
Uncle
the Godfather,
TNT, man.
man.
Hold it down for Russ, man. Come on,
Hey,
man.
homie, to the Godfather, man. Salute to Russ, man. Russ put a lot of people on this traveling stuff, man. He came
Yeah,
out
you're right
with
about
that.
that.
Get out
He was
the
one of the first
matrix.
people I was watching. He was one of the first people
Yeah.
I was watching. And I pulled the trigger. I was like, well, just go ahead and do it, man. Go ahead and move overseas. If you don't like it, you can always come back.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Shout out to Felicia Jordan. And so for those of y'all who have not subscribed to my channel yet, so I've been a content creator a little over a year. So I started my channel July of last year, but I really started to pick up the consistency late December, early January of this year. And so it was Felicia Jordan that actually put me on to Rust Tailor Made Dreams. And interestingly enough, so she was like, "You ever heard of Tailor Made Dreams?" So I'm like, "No." So she's like, "Oh, he wants to interview you or whatever." So I'm like, "Okay, cool. Let me check out his channel." I didn't realize like how popular the brother was. So I ended up telling Dre and Big Boss. I was like, "Hey, you guys know Tailor Made Dreams?" They're like, "Yeah, of course." Like, and once I realized like how influential this brother was, I was like, okay, like interestingly enough. So she was like, "You ever heard of Taylor Made Dreams?" So I'm like,
Whoa,
no. And so she's like,
I know that ain't me this time. But yeah, man, shout out to
I
Taylor,
think,
man.
I think that might have been you. I think
Taylor?
that might have been you. Learn Spanish TV. I think so.
Yeah, it might have been me. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this brother Taylor, you know, at one point he had 22,000 subscribers and he deleted his channel.
I believe
you know
it.
That Kings of Dream?
Yeah,
I
didn't know
only
exactly.
deleted his channel like 2 or 3 times. I know 2 for a fact. 2 for a fact. Not I'm talking about deleted it. Like and he went back from 0. So now I think he's at 10, 11,000, man. But
yeah, he's almost at 12.
3-4 years ago, he was at 22,000 subscribers, man.
Yeah.
So the guy touched a lot of people, man, and motivated a lot of brothers, man, in the traveling, man. So I always pay my respect to him, man. And he's always been a positive person, man. Always put out positive information. You know, it's been times on my YouTube channel where he hit me up like, "Rich, man, you know, I saw this." You know, he pulled my coattail like, "Yo, bro, like, why you know?" I'm like, "You know what, OG, you right." You know what I'm saying? I don't need to put that energy out there like that. Mm-hmm. And not only him, man, there's a few other YouTubers, man, that laid the path. You know what I'm saying? Now it's 1,000 YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these guys coming up, they don't know about the Tailor Made. They don't know about Charles Tyler and these other guys that was putting these positive messages out. I mean, think about it, man. Charles Tyler was putting this message out about 10 years ago, man. Like, hey, man, brothers travel to Brazil, man. When I first found Charles Tyler page, I found it through Taylor. He told me, "Hey, y'all check out Charles Tyler, whatever." So I first found out about his page, and I'm sitting here listening to his message. He's like, "Yo, travel overseas, and you know, they got women out here you can date. They submissive and this and that." And I couldn't understand it at first. I'm like, travel our way to Brazil, like 10 hours away to meet a woman. I thought it didn't make sense. Mm-hmm. But then when I started traveling and started understanding, like, okay, the world is really small. Like it's, it's 9 hours on the damn plane, but I mean, you can make a family over here. You could create a whole generation over here. You know what I'm saying? So I started thinking bigger than like, my mind was just like Atlanta, all the women here, you know what I'm saying? But if you're a brother, no kids, you can find your wife in Brazil. Even if you got kids, you can find your wife abroad somewhere and make a family over there and live a good life. You know what I'm saying? That's possible. So shout out to them brothers, man, putting the message out there. And finally, a lot of people are starting to wake up and understand like what's going on in America. And these guys seen it years ago. You know what I'm saying? Salute to them.
No, that's a great point, and I want to hear your feedback after after I just say this. Let's Learn Spanish TV, and because the thing is that I didn't know, like I didn't realize how many brothers were actually talking about traveling until I wanted to become a content creator. I didn't realize like how big this space was, becoming. And because like, you guys would see me like with Flyboy and I was just like, that was just, my best friend, he and I went to high school together. We grew up together, so I was traveling on the trips with him, but I didn't realize like how influential like all these brothers, were. And it's so important because in the United States, they don't really promote traveling overseas like that. You'll see a commercial for like a cruise going to Cancun or going to Punta Cana or yeah, that's really it. Just Mexico, or a booze cruise to the Caribbean or whatever the case is. But they're not really telling you, like, okay, if you get your passport, like how things are so inexpensive and how organic the food actually is. Like, I was saying this again the other day. Like for those of you who watch this and may not have traveled overseas, I'm thinking a good portion of these people have traveled overseas at least. But what they put in the Coca-Cola over here as opposed to outside of the United States, like in Colombia, Dominican Republic, I don't know about Thailand, but I can say in Dominican Republic and in Colombia, they put natural sugar cane in their Coca-Cola. So it is 10 times more healthier to drink Coca-Cola in outside of the United States as opposed to inside the United States. Just Google the ingredients. And you'll be shocked. So if for those of you guys who drink Coca-Cola in the United States, I would highly suggest looking up the ingredients. And then when you go to Dominican Republic or Colombian or any part of Latin America, look at the ingredients. It is a big difference. And then Learn Spanish TV. Just kind of wanted your feedback on what Roller Tape and I had just mentioned.
As far as living outside the United States or the food, or you mean as far as what he was saying about the situation, if you got to go where you got to go, get in where you fit in?
Both actually.
Yeah. Okay. So real quick about the food. If you look up some ketchup in the USA, most of the ketchup you find is going to have high fructose corn syrup in it. High fructose corn. So I have yet to find any products that has high fructose corn syrup in Colombia, unless it was a product imported from the USA. Now, high fructose corn syrup was used as a substitute for sugar when the government was banning sugar coming from Cuba, so they had to make a substitute. High fructose corn syrup is a very negative thing to be consuming in high amounts. As far as diabetes, on type 2 diabetes, promotion of type 2 diabetes. As far as, people going where they want to go, that's fine. Get in where you fit in, man. It's like, okay, not everybody's going to be successful. Not everybody's going to win the NBA finals. There's only one team that's going to win. So if a man feels though he can't win where he's at, hey, go ahead where he want to go and feel more comfortable. Simple as that, bottom line. I ain't here to tell him he's this or he's that because he can't do it where I do it or he don't do it the way I say he should do it. What type of man is that? To worry about what the other man is doing because he ain't following your rules.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That makes no sense to me. You do what you do what's comfortable and best for you.
Yep.
Right.
Then they call you lame. They call you swears. You guys don't. It's like, okay, if we lame, we swears, let us go.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you worried about?
Exactly.
Right.
Lame square, then that's good. That means those people who you consider lame, square, and can't do whatever, they ain't going to help to reproduce your tribe or your con. So they're leaving. Okay, fine.
Right.
You know what option do you tell them to stay there and suffer? As a man, you're going to want to make that good love to a woman. You're going to want to have them relations. So because if you're in one place and you find that you ain't successful, what are you supposed to do as a man? Just say, oh, well, I ain't successful here because that man, I shouldn't go anywhere else to be successful. What type of sense does that make? Really?
Right. Well, the thing is, the thing is, and I'm gonna jump into the super chat. But the thing is that in our society, and I don't want to get TMD page canceled, so I gotta make sure I preface this, and hopefully you guys on the panel and in the chat can kind of read into what I'm saying. So I gotta make sure I'm prefacing this properly. But in society in the United States, the information that we are getting is basically for us to stay here, and we are the best here. And it's a mentality of where it is a conformity, if you will. And I'm trying to I'm trying to lay down the foundation without going overboard.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And
it's just like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. I was saying just like the time of slavery. Harriet Tubman said it best. She said over there, she said that someone said to her, she said, over the years you have freed thousands of people from slavery. And she said she could have freed even more if they knew they were in slavery. I mean,
here we go.
The most poisonous thing is to be complacent.
That's it right
just
there.
Accept your surroundings.
Right.
You see it in every day when you see people in the hood doing the same stuff generation after generation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, why do these people in the hood just want to stay down that hood? Because they're accepting complacency. Why don't they go? You like, yo, I grew up with this same person. Why can I go somewhere or see a bigger picture, but they can't because they're accepting complacency.
Right. Nope.
It's absolutely. Like, yo, don't accept complacency. Go somewhere else and see what it's like. If it ain't for you, at least you got it. Don't try to knock the next man because he's going somewhere else to see what it's like for himself.
Right. Completely agree, brother.
That's so what they call, what people like to say, the white man got us doing. That's so the mentality of the culture of being programmed by the society of the United States. Just obey. Don't look for something different.
Agreed. Let me just get into this super chat here. Shout out to OCGM. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Definitely make sure that you guys are putting some super chats to support Uncle TMD. This is not going to me. This is going to Russ, just in case if you guys thought it was going to me. It is not going to me. It is going to Russ. So definitely make sure you do that. All right. So he says, I stayed 3 weeks in Cambodia. Let's just say I went to the restroom with ease every morning. My innards had a lot. My innards had to do a total transformation from eating this crap. Great video. #passport gang. Yeah, man. Shout out to you, OCGM. I definitely appreciate you. Let's see here. Roll the tape. Oh, you gave a $3 sticker. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Let's see.
Man.
Yeah, man. Super chats jumped the line. I'm gonna scroll back up because I know there was some more stuff that you guys said. But super chats, if someone is willing to pay money to put a comment, they jump the line. Facts. My father and aunt's generation watch certain news networks every day, then scared about everything outside of Brooklyn. Oh yeah, man. Shout out to Brooklyn. Brooklyn born and raised, man. I laugh because all of the pawpaws that happen every day in Brooklyn. Man, listen, you are not lying. I have the News 12 BK. I have the News 12 BK on my Instagram. Let me tell you, that is every day in New York City. Pow, pow, pow every day. It is wild, man. Let's see.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
this is an old comment. Hold on, let me get back to where I was. Okay, here we go. Muchi T. You can have physical relationships with a woman, but you cannot have a long-term thing if you both don't share a language. Simply impossible.
I agree.
Okay. Let's see. What happened to the general? The general's on vacation. He will be back though. Don't worry about that. He will be back. You guys are. I'm not even going into that, man. Khalil, you be bugging, man. Great tape. If a woman is attracted to you, you don't need game. That
Absolutely. Guys don't understand that, man. Women like who they like. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, man. You can improve yourself, but a woman have to choose you, man. If you choose a woman, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
She might not have a mutual feeling, man. She got to choose you. And then you got to be willing to say, all right, I want this woman. Anything else, it ain't going to work. You forcing a relationship. You faking it to make it. You trying to run game, trying to be somebody that you ain't to impress this lady. And the truth going to come to the light. You know what I'm saying? She going to figure out, oh, he not the guy. This dude really don't like to go to the club. I like a club dude. This dude really don't smoke weed. Or this dude really don't be out here thugging it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like him. Yeah, he got a good job. Yeah, he got money. I don't like him. I'm going to go to Pookie and Ray Ray. Because he going to that blunt up with me every night. He going to niggas up, looking, Negroes up, looking at, excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? He going to do all this. They going to like who they going to like. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to impress these women. You know what I mean? Be yourself. And that's it. That's all you gotta do. Be yourself, man.
I think it's a little more than that, but I hear you, roll the tape.
What do you think is what you saying? It's more.
So I mean, okay, right? Because the thing is, okay, because the thing about it is, right, when you tell someone be themselves, right? But right. what if their personality is like they have a very analytical personality, and they just don't know how to communicate. They don't really know how to relax. They don't, they don't really know how to. What's the word I want to say?
Well, we all need self-improvement. You know, we got to work. I have to work on my patience. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff I have to work on in order to maintain a relationship with a female. So we all have to self-improve. I'm not telling people not to self-improve, but I'm telling people like, hey, don't try to be Pookie and Ray Ray to stay with a female. Or don't try to do stuff out of the way. Don't go rent a Dodge Charger Scat Pack for the week to try to impress these girls, man. Don't go in the club throwing money to the top of the ceiling trying to impress these girls, because they're not gonna know who you is the next day. Like,
right?
You know what I'm saying? They gonna ghost you, man.
No, you absolutely right, because
we definitely got to improve. If you socially awkward, you definitely have to work on that. Just like you said earlier, man, you got to get all that out. You got to make these mistakes. You got to stop asking women, hey, what kind of guy you like? Or, stop asking awkward ass questions. Stop talking yourself out of them drawers. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys do that, man. They talk.
No, they no, you're right about that. You're right about that. So, I was. So right now, I'm actually watching. So I guess there's this reality show that's on. There's this reality show that came on Netflix or whatever, and basically what this show is about is like the person comes in with their siblings, so it could be a brother and a sister, could be a sister and a sister, or a brother and a brother. So this one guy comes in with his sister. Now the sister, you could tell the sister's like, you know, the cool one, knows how to communicate. The brother is completely socially awkward, right? And so like he's making like these like really corny jokes. Like it's real bad. I felt bad for the brother. And I'm just like, man, like this dude is not gonna get any play. He's gonna get like he's get voted off. He got voted off like 2 episodes later, whatever. But the thing is that so when I hear people say like be yourself, I would say, what can we do to add on to that? Because I want to say like maybe be yourself, but if you know that you need to improve in your communication, then improve that. But how I guess how do we say that and try to make all of that add up?
I mean, I know. I mean, I agree with what you're saying. You know, I agree. I'm just saying, like, don't go out your way to try to be. Let me rephrase it. Don't go out your way to try to be somebody else to impress a female. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah,
Because like that.
Right. Well, yeah, because the thing is that like if you like if you're spending like if you're spending money that you don't have and all that, and so now we're kind of going into the the SIMP mentality now because you don't have to do all that. So let me just read a couple of these things. So I'm gonna. So I know that I know that Unc wants to try to keep this within an hour, so we're a little over an hour. But I want to get to all of you guys' chats, and I do see a super chat that came in from James Jones. But let me just read this comment because it's been on the screen. Let me just get to this one. So you can have all the game you want, but if you cannot provide for these women, they will move past real fast. Their society expects men to be the provider. They could care less about your Jordans. That is true.
Yes.
That is true. That is true. Okay, hold on. Let me get here. All right, James Jones. Game is not the issue. Well, thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat, first of all. All right, now game is not the issue. A good majority of women want an above average or luxury lifestyle. Some even think they are better than most men they are around. All right. Now, are we talking about in the States or outside of the United States? Because I that sounds more like a North American westernized type of deal. Because I would say outside of the United States, I have not experienced that. But in the United States, I most definitely have. James Jones again. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat, brother. If it was just game, every convention center in every city would be booked for conferences with men learning from pickup artists.
That's true, man. Like
that's true. But see, also pickup artists and dating coaches are two different things. And I actually said that in the beginning of the podcast because beginning of the live, because I wanted to make sure that people in the chat understood that there is a difference between the two. And I think that what has happened is that people loop in the dating coaches with the pickup artists, and and that is just not true. Martin Carr, you do not need any game, just learn the Spanish. The woman do not want to hear an N-word spitting fire game that makes himself feel like he is the man.
He has a point there.
Okay.
One thing I'm gonna say is if people consider themselves to be socially awkward, the way to break that social awkwardness, you got to make yourself an interesting person. You got to pick up hobbies that make you interesting. You got to do things outside the normal.
That's true.
Get outside
right. Learn new languages, learn new dances, do exciting excursions. Don't just sit all around all day, Xbox.
That's true. That's true. You know what? Language and dancing, especially like if you're in Latin America, like you know what I mean. Like everyone who knows Russ, like can see like that brother can salsa dance like a mug. And the main learning Spanish TV, he can also salsa dance. Roll the tape. I don't know if you can salsa dance, but me, I'm definitely at a
I can lean, I can rock with you. Hey, well, man, I was in Colombia with Taylor, man. This is about 4 years ago, and you know, his Spanish was real bad then, and that brother could dance, man. He was dancing with quite a bit of women. You know what I'm saying? I give it to him. You know, he got some moves.
Right. No, yeah, he can. Yeah, he can definitely.
So that's a language in itself, right there.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Like, you know, and I think that's what, the man is saying. You know, do something that can give you an advantage. Pick up a skill, pick up a trait that's going to make you interested. I mean, interesting. Like, you know, most women are not into video games. So, like, if you know, like if you a beast in 2K or Madden or you know, Call of Duty, like that's cool for the bros, but for the ladies, that's not gonna work. But now, if you say, "Hey, you know, I know how to salsa dance. I know a little bit of Spanish. You know, you like something like that. Yeah, like do something that can make yourself interesting, and then also learn a skill that you can actually teach her because women do like to learn things from a man, especially a confident man.
Learn to cook your favorite dish and then teach her how to cook it.
There we go. Whew. I might have to clip this one. Hey, Russ, if you watching, I'm gonna have to clip this one. Game is having the ability to bag a woman in any situation, anywhere. You don't need money. If you have game, you dudes are square. Stick to bagging poor Latina woman. It's actually Latina, not Latino, but Latina woman in Colombia. Khalil, but you know, nah, man.
Who is that dude, man? Who is that?
Nah,
Come on my channel, bro. We're gonna debate this, man.
Nah, I
think the biggest tricks
he be trolling sometimes. That's all.
And hey, and that's a fact. The biggest tricks are here in America, Jack, and that's a fact. So you need to talk about that. You need to talk about these brothers buying these chicks Rolls Royces and
absolutely
money in the clubs and wifing up these known strippers and
pass around.
Man, is the biggest pro out there. I mean, come on, man. It's the biggest tricks in America. Dude.
Oh, absolutely.
You cannot. You can't agree on that. Can we agree on that? The biggest tricks are in America, and some of these tricks are going to these foreign countries now and throwing money up. And they messing it up for us brothers that have been traveling for a while that never done that.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, they done messed up Parquet
Fans only, all this book me on Instagram, man. It's more box being sold here online in America than any other country. Period.
That's true. That's true.
Come on, let's agree on that, my brother.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's see what Marie has to say. Okay, remember that's where guys meet these weird women because game recognized game. Don't think you guys are the only one with game. No, I completely agree with that, Marie. I believe and I know and I've seen women that have a lot of game. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Women learn game early. From the time a woman is like, 13, 14 years old, this guy's trying to take care of their business. And I mean, if you freshman year of high school, right? Girl, 7th, 8th grade, shorty, flat chest, she was whack. Freshman year, you like, God damn. She come back, everybody come back from the summer and all that. Freshman year, she looking good. Now you got to deal with sophomores and juniors trying to get at her. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, Come on, ladies been knowing what guys been wanting for a long time. So it would only make sense that y'all have a lot of game. Let's see here. Ken Padmore, shout out to you, brother. Why the hell would you need a dating coach? Y'all did not get enough practice in your teenage years and 20s. Brother, you would be surprised, man. There are some brothers that just need more work. Some people just need more work, man.
We touched on that earlier. Nowadays with the social media, most people don't know how to interact on social levels and to interact and approach a woman and what to say and how to make the conversation smooth. There's too much Instagram and social media and all this hype that overvalues poor products.
Gotcha.
Hey man, you know when I came up, man, I always learned from the older cats, older friends, man. So I learned how to deal with women, from the older cats, man. And some people just don't grow up in that environment. They don't have a cool ass uncle or cool ass cousin. They might be an only child, single child growing up in suburban, in an all white area. They might not know how to move, man. I mean, you can't blame people for how they grew up or how they are, man. You don't judge people like that, man. I mean, there's women out there that's awkward, socially awkward and lame. They don't really get judged like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, stop judging people, man. Stop,
Right.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man.
Absolutely. Flex ALD. I don't follow or like any of these females' pictures. Men don't understand that their attention is valuable. Absolutely. And man, shout out to my man Reese. So I actually did a live a live with him and also TSG and the brother Lucario. I don't know if you guys know Mr. Lucario.
What about
yeah, so we all did a live and yesterday. And so
whose channel?
My man Reese's channel. So he pulled the video down because he's gonna clip in and do all that stuff. You know what I mean? But like once it's out, I'll obviously share it to everybody. But what we were talking about was like how some of these females will have like 2 million followers on Instagram, and the thing about it is that how did they get all those followers? Like, it's
some of the
we gotta hold ourselves accountable because we following them, we liking the picture, and there's a female, she'll have half her ass hanging out, and then the dude will say, "Oh, you so beautiful." You could barely see her face because her ass is taking up the whole picture. What you mean she beautiful? Like, come on, man, what are we doing, man?
That's all I'm saying, man. Like here in America, man, we just put these females on a pedestal, man. Guys are super thirsty, man. Super thirsty, man. I agree with the brother in the chat. Say, I don't like those pictures either. I might look at them. Very rarely do I hit that like button on the Instagram, man, because it's like, why feed into that shit? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's crazy out here.
The bottom line, you passport bros just want beautiful, inexpensive, beautiful women, something you non-game dudes can't get. I understand your pain going months in America without any sex. But the thing, hold on, but here's the thing, but here's the thing, Khalil, because you just kind of put your foot in your mouth, right? How do the rich stay rich? Because they spend less money, they spend less resources. So what the thing about it is that if you can get something that is good quality and don't have to pay as much,
right?
So it's like, come on, man. And see, like you my man, but you put your foot in your mouth on that one, man.
Let me say something real quick.
It's still Brooklyn all day, but come on, man. That was a bad one. That was a bad one.
And he made a statement about it. Atlanta got the biggest traits. But hey,
Yeah,
no disrespect, man.
That's a
No
trolling.
disrespect,
That's a
but
trolling
I
right
think
there.
I think New York has got the title, man. Nah. Let me stop, man. It's all cool, man.
Nah, it's all good, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Domain.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so I got my black card membership at what's it called at Smart Fit in Columbia.
Yep.
It cost me $17 a month. So with a black card membership, $17 a month, any Smart Fit gym in the world I can go to and use. So I'm in Panama, I've been to Ecuador, and in Ecuador it's $24 a month. In Panama it's $28 a month. So with that reasoning, am I supposed to go back to Colombia, cancel it at $17 a month, and come to Panama and sign up and register and pay $28 a month for the same exact product?
Right. Exactly. No, yeah, and absolutely, yeah. You know, Khalil know that.
If anybody thinks that's cap, I'll show you my bill and I'll show you the signs here in Panama how much they charge. It's the same goddamn thing. I walk into any SmartFit gym in the world, I put my they scan my fingerprint and I got access to the gym. So why would I pay $28 when I can get it for $17?
Right.
It's the same thing that hustlers on the block know. Hustlers on the block know for a fact. Right. They're gonna go where they can get their product at a large scale for the lowest price.
Right.
And back it up and make a profit.
Absolutely.
They're not gonna pay the higher price. That makes no sense.
Let me say this before.
Absolutely. You guys seen New Jack City. You guys seen Paid in Full. You guys seen all those type of movies. You guys know how it go.
Hey, let me say this, man. I seen a comment earlier about something about Foundation of Black America, this and that. But you know, man, us as black people, man, we always put a claim on something that we have the least amount of interest in. I mean, give you an example. Most of these guys came in these zones and these hoods, and this my block, they don't own nothing. So we always think America is the end all be all. Like, I mean, like we can't go to these other countries. It's black people in these other countries, man. You know what I'm saying? Why do we have to ground ourselves here in America? Why we have to have that mentality like we can't travel to other countries and have a happy life? I don't understand why people think like that. Like, are we just giving up on our people? No, we're not running. We got one life to live, man. So you want to be happy with your life. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. It's about being happy with your life, man. Not living your life for other people or worrying about what other people think. You know what I'm saying? When I first got on YouTube, man, a lot of guys were scared to come on YouTube and talk about traveling and going to different places. You know what I'm saying? Now I felt like me, Russ, and the other guys that was on YouTube years ago, we helped brothers with this. We helped lay some of the path. You know what I'm saying? And now brothers are comfortable with traveling and going different places, and they understanding it. Now you got a young brother, you know, leading the younger cats into traveling and just exercising your options, man. That's what it's all about, man. Just enjoying life, man. Because it's damn sure short. It's damn
Absolutely. Short. Absolutely, man. Monkey Boy says the less game you have, the more they will game you. I mean, absolutely. Well, the thing about it is that I agree with that statement. Like if you leave room to if you leave room for yourself to get taken advantage of, you will be taken advantage of. Tom Brady got him a Brazilian. Yes, he did. And, you know, everybody's going crazy because I guess he and Giselle got into an argument and she left the house. And now the media is trying to say, oh, she's going to leave Tom Brady. I'm like, she ain't going nowhere. She got 2 kids by that man. She's not going to find a higher value man than Tom Brady. Sorry, she ain't going nowhere. Tom Brady can get any woman he want in the United States. Trump even wanted his daughter to get with him. Every man or woman should do whatever makes them happy. Agreed. Agreed. Jackson Jeter, shout out to you. Kaboom. Guess who just stepped in the room? What's up, fellas? What's going on, man? Felicia Jordan, we were just talking about you. Hey, everyone. The bottom line, you dudes ain't truthful. The women overseas are cheap. Come on, Khalil. We doing this.
Sure, man. I like him to come on my channel, man. I'd like to have a discussion with that, brother.
Yeah, man. You go. You know, pull up on. Pull up on. Okay.
I want to have a one-on-one with him. I want him to come on the channel and let him explain to me what's going on in his brain, so I can understand. I'm here in America with you, bro. Like I'm not expat yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm raising my seeds. I'm running my business. I'm still dating here in America. I'm dating while I'm complaining. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. All right, so they don't want us to leave and open our minds. Absolutely, I definitely agree with that. Definitely just want to just keep us here, man. Let's see.
Now he telling you to give me his Instagram. You see how he doing me? Why you can't say give me?
No. Yeah, no. Yeah,
see how he doing? He doing like the chicks doing. You know, my Instagram. DM me. You know what I'm saying?
It's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good, man.
I'm just talking junk, man.
Yeah. Yep, I got you. Hold on a minute. Okay. Sorry about that. So OCGM. No, it's not impossible because you can learn the language. Absolutely. Pose and get chose at Roll the Tape. In Czech Republic, you can say hello to a woman and ask her to ice cream or pizza or a simple walk, and if she likes you, she'll say yes. Yeah, that's true. But the thing is that like you got to say with some confidence. Like if if you just say you want ice cream, like she gonna be like, what? Like, yeah, you got you gotta say no. You gotta say hey, would you like to take a walk and we can get some pizza or some ice cream? I just want to get to know you. That's confident. But if you timid, yeah, so like don't see the things that may come simple to a lot of us, there are some that it does not come simple to, especially now. Like a lot of us who are, in our mid to late 30s, 40s and beyond, we probably don't have much trouble because we actually had to have that engagement face to face. But like the people, shout out to Austin Holloman, but the people that's like his age, the Twitters, the Instagrams, the Facebooks, the Snapchats, there's so many things that I'm probably forgetting about. But like all of those things, you got dating apps, so you got stuff that like you could kind of hide your personality behind because you can make yourself seem like you're the coolest cat in the world. Once you get in front of that person, there's no filters now.
Mm-hmm.
AKA dating coaches.
No respect. Oh man, come on, man.
No receipts, man.
None. They talk the best on their one mic platform, one camera platform, but I still ain't seeing receipts.
So, some of them do have receipts. The ones that I rock with have receipts. But BH, be the best version of you that you can be, and don't trick, and you'll go far worldwide. Well, this is what I will say. What I will say is that if a man decides to pay for play, that's cool. But if you are over embellishing on your resources to pay for play, like basically like if you know like you're paying for play and you got like rent due or your car payment due and you're using that, like then you deserve whatever you get because you should have your resources intact. Like
Mhm.
it shouldn't be, well, man, I got rent due, but man, she got you see her body? Man, she got a nice one. Like,
Yes,
nah,
Lord.
man,
Yeah.
don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. All right, let's see here. No, you mean Western women. They didn't want anything luxurious from me in Singapore or Austria. Yeah, we're talking about Western women for sure. James Jones, all women want money. Yeah, you gotta have some sort of money to be with a woman if you're gonna be that protector and provider for sure. Oh man, not lean with it, rock with it. Oh, you talking about the dance that you did roll the tape.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, yeah, man, we're gonna yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. We're well over the hour mark anyway. Oh, your soy Kyla popped in here. Oh, hold on, let me go back. Oh, there she is. Oh nope, that's yeah, she's talking to someone else. Oh, here it is. How was everyone tonight? Shout out to the panel in the chat. Yes, yo soy Kyla, appreciate you coming in here. All right.
Kayla K.
Hey,
L
Valerie,
Ray, these dummies don't
Valerie.
understand vacation. When you are on vacation, you're supposed to have fun. Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with that. I mean, so if a guy or a woman wants to do pay for play, and that's what they want to do, then they should do it. But again, like if you got other responsibilities that you're supposed to be taking care of, then and you end up spending all your money and you come back and your landlord's like, what's up with the rent? And you like, yo, you know
Mhm.
what happened? So man, I wasn't so sore, man. And it was a lot of what you gonna say? you know or if or if you call you call your car insurance company and they like, listen, the insurance wasn't paid. Geico, what you gonna say? Oh man, man, listen, I was in Mexico. Whew, come on, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. But anyway, final thoughts on this whole conversation. Let me go with you, Let's Learn Spanish TV. Just your final thoughts on everything that we talked about tonight, and then also let the people know what you're working on, and then where they can find you.
Okay, good. Final thoughts on this conversation tonight is: do you need game if you're overseas? Well, it depends on how you look at it. You need some type of charisma. You need some type of, interestingness in you. You can't just, be lame and go overseas and think things are going to change. You have to spark an interest in that person. That's what I could say about that. What I'm working on now, every Sunday morning around 10 o'clock, is it 10 or 11? It's 11 Eastern Standard Time. When the time go back, it'll be 10. Check out my channel, Let's Learn Spanish TV, and tune in for a free Spanish lesson every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can go in there and before football comes on, go ahead and get your Spanish on.
Appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on, man. All right. Roll the tape. What say you, brother? And let the people know where they also can find you, man.
All right. I just want to say, man, as far as game, man, it's always good to have it, bro. I mean, just like Taylor say, man, don't leave your brain in the airplane when you travel. But yeah, take your game with you, improve yourself, do self improvement. Get your batting average up. Try to get your game up as much as you can. If you need a dating coach, get a dating coach. If that will make you feel comfortable, do that. You know what I'm saying? You definitely want to improve your game when you're in America or going abroad. But do you have to have game to date in other countries? No, you don't. And that's just what it is. But anyhow, my YouTube channel is Roll the Tape. Y'all can find me on Instagram, Roll the Tape _ That's Roll the Tape _ You can find me on YouTube also. Facebook, You know what I'm saying? You can find me on Facebook. Just look up Roll the Tape on that. So basically all the platforms. But anyhow, I appreciate Russ allowing us to come on this platform. Appreciate you hosting tonight, Kings and Dreams. Appreciate you coming on, Brother Domain. Let's Learn Spanish TV. Shout out to all the travelers, man. Just keep doing your thing. Remember, life is short, man. Live it to the fullest. And I'm out. I'm going to stay on. I need to talk to you after the live, though, my brother.
All right, no doubt, man.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Yeah, man. So I just want to say, first of all, shout out to Uncle Russ TMD for allowing me to host on his channel tonight. And definitely shout out to Let's Learn Spanish TV, and then Richie Rich, Roll the Tape, man. Appreciate you. Definitely shout out to the chat. Shout out to everyone who came in the chat. Shout out to everyone who also super chatted Unc. And so, Unc will be back soon, but right now, we are all holding it down for him. And my thoughts on tonight, I think that there is a common misconception on game. And so, as I mentioned in the beginning of the live stream, that game is not about, with pickup artists. Game is to be able to, being able to have that effective communication, to be able to have that conversation, also have that charisma about yourself with the opposite sex. So with men and women. And so the thing about it is that there's attractive people on both sides who actually really don't know how to communicate. They are actually socially awkward. So I do think having game or having that charisma is definitely very important, whether you are in the United States or whether you are overseas, for sure. Also in the conversation, as far as with traveling, if you have the means to travel, you should definitely travel. And whether it's pay for play or whatever, as an adult, man or woman, you should do whatever it is that makes you happy, as long as you're being safe about it and you're being fiscally responsible about it. Then have at it, enjoy. Last thing I'll just leave you off with is just make sure that you guys, like the video, share the video. And if you guys have not subscribed to Taylor Made Dreams channel, definitely make sure that you subscribe to his channel. Check out my channel, Kings and Dreams, at the bottom left of your screen. It's spelled like that. Follow me on Instagram. I appreciate y'all. And I'm out. Stay purposely purposeful, man. Salute to y'all.